Hi, how are you guys doing? Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. Hopefully, everyone is getting along. Because we've been locked in the house so long. But hopefully, everyone is having a wonderful holiday season. Hopefully, tomorrow you'll get whatever you wanted or close to it. And I just jumped on here to talk a little bit about, for one, what's new on my body is these dog paw earrings I made, of course. I do like them. Um, you guys know when I was on a resin kick, like, because I seen other people doing it on YouTube. I just made a lot of resin pieces, and since dogs was always following me around, I got a mold for that, and so I made that. Something else new on my body is this bracelet I made. Of course, it was a tutorial. I followed along. I tried to follow along with on YouTube, but of course, people I sometimes watch, they are like professionals, and I'm not trying to be funny, so they know exactly how to do it. And this was just my first time trying it, so it is not quite like how I followed on the tutorial. But I do like it. I think it's festive. It's, kind of brightens up my day because just looking at the colors and things like that. It's so gloomy. And of course, COVID-19 has, kind of shaded everything up. So I do, it makes me feel good. And something else I want to talk about that I'm working on is now I don't know if I've been thinking about making joggers or crocheting, knitting some joggers. Now I did buy a pants pattern for knitting. So, and knitting and crocheting is different. The terminology is different. I remember I used to want to be a medical terminologist. For what, I don't know. As if. Probably because people were always asking me for vitamins and stuff, or asking me about being sick and tired. And my terminology is take some vitamins. But so the terminology for the two is different, and so not only do I think crocheting is faster, I think it's easier to understand because it's just So therefore, anyway, before I actually dived into the go figure, dived into that pattern and tried to figure it out or feel comfortable at just doing it, I wanted to follow along on the tutorial on YouTube, of course, a crochet. Well, I looked up knitting, and for some reason there is not a lot of people knitting pants or joggers, but there were quite a few videos of people crocheting them. So I found one. I mean, I found several, but the one that really caught my eye and seemed easier to understand, I don't know, is this one. When I'm fully done with it, then I'll give the credit to whoever I'm following, because right now it's just this. But I do like this. I'm curious to see what it looks like afterwards in this red yarn. I mean, you see the pattern. So I don't know if it'll look like a pair of pajamas on me or something. Once you put the ribbing on the top and the bottom. So we'll see if it, the pajamas I'm talking about with the, velvet looking. So I'm curious to see. Now hers looked, the yarn she got used, it really gave it the illusion that it was just a pair of joggers. And far off, it didn't look like yarn. So we shall see what this red color does. But I'm into red. So we shall see. And the top I have in mind is not the one she made for her set. It's someone else I seen on YouTube. Because I want to do a half top. I mean, she had a half top with that. But I want to be more of a... I want it to be a different style, so, and then it'll be mainly white with some red in it. So I'm not trying to be so matchy on that. I think in 2021 I think I attempted not to be matchy in 2020. I think that was one of my goals, along as well as ruffles. But the only ruffle I got was being stuck in the house, just being ruffled. So. Lays, ruffles. I mean, that's the only ruffles I came close to this year. So we shall see if I can do that top. Like I said, I didn't say the person I'm following, or the style that caught my eye for that top. The girl is small, both of them small, but the one girl with this one, you didn't actually see her. And the one that's doing the top, you can see her. She's small, so her mid is really, And I always like to show my stomach, and I know the haters feel like it's like the end of the world or something. But I never did like showing, like, all of my stomach. I liked showing a little of my stomach. So, and I don't think anything will stop me from, doing that. I mean, nothing has so far, I mean, not in a conceited, I do what I want kind of way, but yeah, just for the haters' sake. So we shall see if I can do those things. But those are my goals. This is what I'll be working on all day, and we shall see how far I get with that. Another thing I want to talk about is my exercise routine. Of course, I don't know if you know, I don't really have an exercise routine. I don't really like exercising. I really don't. I like doing spurts of exercising. I think my body tends to react better with that. Because it was a time that I was going to the Planet Fitness all the time. Like, to get off work, I would make... And I didn't lose an inch, I don't think. I just was like... I don't think I lost anything. So, I mean, other than just going and people following me around, I think that was the only thing that was happening, because I didn't really lose weight or anything. So, I feel whatever I have been doing, I've been doing a good job at it, because I haven't packed on pounds. And I mean, it's easy since we just been stuck in the house to do that. And how I eat all kind of stuff. So last night I got on a Hamburger Kick, of course, where I just, make some hamburgers, cut up a tomato, get a pickle, squirt some mayonnaise, Hellman's mayonnaise on the plate, and just sit and eat that with no bread. And so I'm craving that, so I made some more. I had used the jalapeno pepper cheese on top, So that satisfied me. It's just one. And so, that I just ate one for lunch. Is it lunch? It could be dinner, but it was my lunch, because I think all I ate was a bowl of cereal. So yeah, that right now, I haven't been thinking about eating no holiday food or anything this Christmas or anything. So, when I say whatever I've been doing, I feel like I've been doing a good job. I'm a pan down of these pants I got on. So, I don't know if you guys remember this when I showed I had made this set, and it's got like a half top to go with that. And I hadn't worn them before because, my inner thighs or outer thighs, one of the two, was preventing them. I mean, I could get them up, but it was, it felt like if I tried to move too much, I'd probably bust out the seam. So But now I see that I have room in them, and I'm so happy and excited about that. So, and then I think the last time, well, this is supposed to be a dress I have on. I had took a picture and put it on Facebook, but I think and I just use it as a shirt dress. And the last time I had it on, I was trying to do a video dancing in it, and it seems like it looked like I was a woman with child. So I feel like my stomach has slowly toned down some. Probably because the last week I tried to do some sit-ups. I tried to challenge myself to do 550 sit-ups. I think I only did 300, 250 of them, I think, or 300. I'm not quite sure. So starting tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, starting tomorrow, over the weekend, I can do that 550 I had in mind, like the 180. I think it'll be like roughly 180 each day, something like that. So that's my goal for the weekend. And yeah, I think I can do it. I know I used to be somewhat jealous of girls. Not when I was younger, because when I was younger, I'm sure I could cross my legs. But for some reason, when I was younger, I never did want to sit around crossing my legs. I don't know why that never occurred to me. It's just something I never tried to do. And I never paid attention to girls doing it. I never thought anything about it. But then I think sometimes when you want to do something and then you can't do something, and then that's when you think about it. Like when I wanted to just sit around and just cross my legs, probably because mainly I was always just in the house. So, I mean, just sitting around. I didn't know, just sitting around smoking cigarettes or something like that. I didn't really do it. And I never really was just sitting around with a bunch of girls gossiping. So that could have been the thing of why I never really thought about it. But as I got older, and we would go out, and I would see girls just sitting around somewhere, crossing their legs, talking, and I used to be like, ugh. Not jealous of them, but just like, why don't I ever try to be a girl? I think that I thought that's what it shows, makes you seem more feminine and more high society or something like that. Not that I don't feel like I was ever high society. It just like I said, explained before, it just wasn't anything I ever thought about doing. But now, I mean, I can cross my legs just fine, especially lately since I've been kind of like doing spurts of energy and riding my bike a lot, I sit around and do that because I do think that like adds some kind of appeal to your look for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know whoever was the first lady who crossed her legs. Okay, I'll come out of this scene because I'll start just talking and talking. Yeah, so that was my thing, because it started making me think when I just said that, made me think about my first image. I had to remember, I guess. I don't know if it was my first one, because I think the whole bank was my first one. But one of my first images I had to remember was the movie about the wooden dummy. You know how I feel about wood. I don't know. Finished wood, I think I don't have a problem with it. Unless I start thinking about it too much, and then it kind of like, I feel like it makes my teeth start to chatter or something like that. I don't know. It's like seeing people with a popsicle stick in. It just drives me crazy. But yeah, that wooden dummy. So this is it. And I don't know what the purpose of me seeing this dummy for, or who made it a point for me to see that movie. I don't know if I'm being a dummy or somebody else's. I don't know if I am being someone's dummy or someone else is being my dummy, or we both are just dummies. Hi, Mo. I mean, it's like the picture is playing on, right? And it's still something that I'm supposed to remember. And I know sometimes things go on and people feel like it's somebody calling me dummy and stupid, because people do call me stupid a lot. But I think it more has to do with just this stage of mine. And all these dummies up here. But anyway, I got a horse head. No, no, my hair, I'm looking like I'm rocking a horse tail or something today. So, look like I got highlight on. My lighting is a little bit better today. I'm over here in this corner. I tell you, if you don't know what to do with your dirty clothes, just hang them up. Because these dirty clothes, if they could talk and walk, they would. Thank God I don't do things that I get that dirty around here. But anyway, yeah, that's just pretty much what I wanted to talk about, just to chat along and tell you what I'm doing all day. And of course, I'm trying to just work on my YouTube channel, build it up. I mean, I know I sound like a dummy with that, but anyway, but yeah, that's just how I'm feeling today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday tomorrow. And let's end this year. And hopefully next year will be even better. And that's just how I leave it. I hope you guys have a nice evening. Thank you for listening.